make out. Whereas like in Korea, usually it's just, you know, they're this close. I'm like, whoa, I love it. 안녕하세요. 저는 미국에서 온 딩글입니다. 반갑습니다. I had to quarantine. So like as soon as I was free, I go eat. I want to eat all the Korean food and then see my friends again. The fact that Korea is so convenient is my favorite because I can walk right outside and there's a convenience store. And in America, you have to take your car. And then on top of that, coupon and things like this, like I can order it and it comes so fast. It blows my mind every time because in America, the fastest shipping, usually to not pay like a lot of extra money, you can maybe get it in 2 days with Amazon Prime, but you still have to pay. You have to pay $15 a month to get a package in 2 days. So that's not even 1 day. The fact that I can order food and it will say like, oh, you know, it'll take like 45 minutes to an hour and it's there in like 20 minutes. How? Like, how is this even possible? Everything about Korea though is bali. So everything is fast. It is safer in some ways, like the gun laws, but something I think that's very important is in America, I feel a little uncomfortable to drive on like Friday and Saturday nights because drinking and driving is extremely popular. Sadly, a lot of people think, you know, oh, I only had 1 drink, I'm okay to drive. So many people put themselves in like very scary situations because they don't want to pay for a taxi because the taxi is so expensive. So I think that's one of the best things is that the fact that public transportation is everywhere. So that's something I love is that so many people don't really even drive here. But also I just feel more comfortable walking at night. If I lived in a city, I do not feel comfortable maybe walking at a late hour. I would never walk by myself. I would only walk with somebody else. Yeah, the fact that so many people comfortably are just out, like it's such a night culture here. I've never seen that. I think one of the biggest differences in America, like people go into the building to like party, but like even here, people will be on the beach and they'll drink or they'll just walk the streets and like it blew my mind that there were these old men on the ground outside from drinking, just kind of be like this, and maybe their wallet is like right here. In America, gone. Wow. Like if they were to be asleep and their wallet would be out, someone's probably gonna take it. One thing I really love about Korea and the way they raise kids is the grandparents are often involved, and that does come like usually the parents are working and so the grandparents help. In America, grandma and grandpa only come for like the holiday. So it's not like a constant like babysitter in a way. And I love how the family is more involved with the children. And so that makes me really happy to know like the family raises this kid together. Oh, true. People who are way younger than I think, they will just let their kid like walk to school or walk home. In America, you always take the kid to the bus stop and you watch them get into the bus. They would never ever walk home. I mean, maybe you would let the kid walk home like a street, but usually in America, like people will sit in their cars and like wait for their kids to come home, or they'll like look out when they know the bus is coming. Yeah, they would never let them just like never. I think the CCTVs definitely offer a protection of just like at every angle on every street. You can see it all. Like there's always a camera on you at some point. I feel like in Korea, like there's just not as much, but still not as much like fear. I'm not a parent, but obviously if I chose like America versus Korea, where do I want my kid to get lost? It's not America. Whatever you see a lot, you will be attracted to. So for the past few years, I've just always been around people who are Asian. So I've thought about it. I would. Oh, for sure. 안녕하세요. Oh my gosh, yes. It is not like the K-dramas, but it is actually similar. One thing is like physical touch. There is a lot of kind gestures that are natural that maybe a Korean person doesn't think that it's like, oh, I only do this in a relationship. Like to all people, there would be like a sense of like, oh, you're going through this door? Here, come. And they like will put the hand like on the back and like kindly, you know, oh, go this way. Or if you're in a relationship, the the touching of like the back of the head. I think it's so sweet. It just seems like such like a genuine gesture. So I like usually the public display of physical touch in Korean relationships is way kinder and not so like sexual. Like in America, sometimes people will just like make out, whereas like in Korea, usually it's just they're like this, you know, they're this close sometimes, but they're not like making out. So I feel like the gestures that Korean men do and like have in dating are very kind and sweet. I think in America, sometimes girls will say, oh, I like a guy that dresses well. And it's like, oh my gosh, most Asian guys, even if it's the relaxed, like hoodie and short, it still looks nice. I'm like, wow, they still look good.
Like Korean.
Maybe? I would say a lot of Korean men dress well. In America, I would meet up with like my boyfriend or something and they always are wearing like a t-shirt and shorts and that's it. And like maybe they haven't showered so they smell a little funny. They'll be like, just dress nice. Like just please today, can you just dress nice a little bit? In Korea, usually you care more about your like exterior. So in hygiene, usually guys like, there's just this like sense of like they're more put together. When a Korean man speaks in like a low tone, I'm like, whoa, I love it. So to have the different, like, you know, maybe they do aegyo a little bit and then also that is like, whoa. Okay, so that is one thing very different. Usually guys maybe will try to hide a girlfriend in America. You don't always know someone is in a relationship. Whereas in Korea, like their picture will be in like the back of the phone case. I'm always like, is it a K-pop idol or is that your girlfriend? I don't know which one it is, but it is sweet. Today we talked about me moving to Korea and my thoughts on marrying someone who is Korean. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Annyeong!